Okay, it is October the 15th, Sunday evening, about an hour after the weekly open. Let's go through the market outlook and plans for the week ahead. So let's go ahead and start off with our news events. We really don't have too much to worry about from the boomers this week. On Thursday, we have unemployment claims and Jay Powell speaking. That's really the only thing that's even worth noting, but I really don't care too much about these. The main thing to pay attention to this week is going to be the ETF deadlines. So starting tomorrow through the 19th, we have several ETFs that are supposed to be getting approved, delayed, or denied. What will most likely happen is they're getting delayed. So I would definitely anticipate some degree of gambling on the Bitcoin perps around this event. So maybe we see a slight rise in price going into the beginning of the week. I'll be paying close attention to OI to see if if that's a lot of aggressive longs coming in. Just because my overall bias is still pretty bearish, so that would definitely be an opportunity to swing short, especially if we saw shorts getting blown out in the process. So let's go ahead and get into Bitcoin. Let's start off with the higher time frame. Nothing's really changed from where we're at, so what we're working with right now is ultimately our original plan of 28K being the dead cat bounce territory. We did get our rejection from there. It's definitely too early to tell. Key areas to be paying attention to are the same as before. 28K was our first initial reaction zone, which we rejected from previous quarterly VWAP and the HVN. Next key area to pay attention to is this HVN up here, which overlaps with the yearly bands, so 29K and change. This is the primary swing short territory. If we do manage to get up there, the most ideal scenario would be off the back of shorts getting squeezed out. This is definitely a key area where I'd like to open a swing short, because like we've talked about for weeks and weeks now, right, the overall trend has definitely lost its momentum. The yearly trend is still bullish, which you always have to respect the fact that when the higher time frame trend is up, that when you are betting against it, that you need to be conservative and understand that there's really not that higher probability of you succeeding. But I've taken trades like this in the past before, so I'm gonna go ahead and send it again. Basically, invalidation is over 29K. So either if we see a aggressive move through 29K or either some sideways price action, one of these two, that's going to be invalidation for my bearish thesis, which would probably take us up towards the 35K region. If the short thesis does play out, it is possible that we just reject off the quarterly here and then continue down towards 25K, or we trade back up towards 29, like I said, and can reject off there as well. These are the theses that I've been working with for the past like 2 months now. 25K is the end-all be-all support level. VWAPs have shifted up a little bit, but ultimately, right, if the low volume node overlapping with last year's VWAP with current year's VWAP, this is a very strong support. We even had this more recent composite built up as well from value. So I wouldn't expect 25K to just get blasted through, but it is always a possibility. So the two kind of ways I see this level failing are either some sort of news-driven event where we just trade right through it. But most likely what happens, and we talked about this on the stream on Friday, is that we'll probably trade down in this region, chop it up a lot, have some sort of really weak dead cat bounce, and then just basically slowly bleed through it, and then eventually have the pukes come through. So I do imagine that once we actually get through this region, that a lot of longs would start to puke. Should definitely be in validation for a lot of people. So there's a lot of stops down here definitely to take. So again, there's really nothing new to update. We're just patiently waiting for the plan to either play out that we've been talking about or wait for it to get invalidated. Obvious downside targets are going to be 23K and 19K. I don't really want to worry about the lower targets too much, but 23K, definitely the key region to pay attention to, right? Yearly band overlapping with a massive high volume node. So this is definitely a key area to pay attention to if 25K does get lost. But that's pretty much it for the higher time frame stuff, guys. There's really nothing to point out, just because we just got to be slow, and patient. Wait for this kind of slower shift to turn, which I think we're seeing the process of that. So that's pretty much it for Bitcoin, guys. For more information, check out the Paragon group with the link below, where I cover everything from how I trade to how you can develop your own style. With altcoins, we're going to be covering a lot of altcoins right now, because that was what was sticking out to me the most. So as far as strong coins go, there's very, very few coins that are worth really respecting. Liquidity is one of these that stuck out to me when I scanned my whole list today before I did this recording, and liquidity was really sticking out to me as something that was looking pretty strong right now. almost every altcoin has a pretty bearish looking quarterly VWAP, current quarter and previous quarterly, except liquidity has had a pretty strong turnaround since the quarterly reset. So something I might be looking for on this is if it trades back down towards either like $1.50 or potentially all the way down into the $38-ish, into this low volume node. I might be looking for a long continuation setup. So I have my alerts on this one. This was looking like a high tick coin this weekend as well, so it could potentially be a scalper. But from a high time frame standpoint, I think that that this might be a swinger potentially. And like you guys have seen over the past couple of months, most of the coins that I am scalping do have the kind of bullish trends playing out as well. So I really like to see that confluence between a strong trend and high tick rates for picking my coins to scalp. Another coin I need to cover really quickly is Link, because I am still in the swing short on Chainlink. I do feel like I'm starting to get to the point where I may be overstaying my welcome on it. I did already take partial profits on it, like I said last week, on this sell-off down into the original sell-off, but I do feel like I'm starting to overstay my welcome, but I'm trying to be patient with it because the thesis is still shaping up nicely, and I've got a lot of influence for it to continue to trade down. So trying to stay patient on this one. A couple of the other ones to point out. Let me look at my list. Loom. So I'm not going to pull up the Loom chart, but I saw a bunch of the boys in the group trading Loom. We talked about this on the stream on Friday. And shout out to everybody that's killing it on Loom. I unfortunately can't trade it because I can't trade on Bybit anymore. But yeah, Loom is definitely looking like a pretty crazy cartel coin right now. I saw that several of the guys in the group had a really awesome long on Sunday that they caught, which was apparently was the doodle I drew on the Friday stream. So I love to see that kind of stuff. That's pretty awesome. Other than that, let's see. I'm really disinterested in altcoins overall right now. One thing to point out would be TRB. TRB absolutely obliterated shorts this weekend, which is hilarious to see. The plan didn't really play out as I expected it to. Like I had talked about, I thought we would, I was pretty bearish over here on this, and I told you guys we'd trade down. I thought we would trade down a little bit lower and build a stronger base off the yearly before we traded up. We didn't really get that, and the other thing I was telling you to pay attention to is the premium, which we really didn't get that much of a premium increase, right? I mean, the premium's pretty neutral right now. So I was surprised for us to trade up that way, but we absolutely annihilated shorts on TRB. So yeah, I mean, if TRB can start to pick up the tick rate again, I'm all for it. There was a lot of coins that I was scalping over the past couple of months, but TRB definitely was the one that I did the most trading on. So if this one wants to pick up his tick rate again, you're not going to hear any complaints from me on that for sure. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the outlook, guys. I'm pretty disinterested in most altcoins, mostly just hoping that I can find some high tick coins and get scalping again. So that's pretty much it, guys. Should be a decent week for opportunity. I think a lot of people are going to be doing a lot of stupid gambling around the Bitcoin ETF stuff, so hopefully that gives us some vol. But good luck out there, everybody, and I'll talk to you soon. Peace.